The 39.5 off loop is going to look similar to that 38 that we just saw from the women. It is going to come down to a play from 5 to 6, and if they can maintain composure to get out the gate, that will be the storyline here in the final. Nate Smith several times has taken the Masters title here. A little bit different to see Nate in the seeding order out first in a final. But he gets to go set the pace, and that is not something I don't think I've said very often where Nate Smith is going to set the pace.
No, Nate doesn't really faze Nate wherever he skis. He just goes out there, enjoys what he's doing. He's now a full-time pilot, and skiing has sort of taken a bit of a backward step for him. Of course, he still is the world record holder, and he will just want to go out there, do what he can do, perform at his best, and hopefully win another Masters title. He's just seen his girlfriend go out there and win the women's. Let's see if we can do a couples back-to-back Masters wins. He's got a lot of work to do, though. He knows that he needs to get at least a score at 41 if he wants to be the title. I know talking to Nate earlier in the week when I was down there at Lake Roper where Nate has his house and where he skis, I asked him the question, what makes the Masters so much more difficult than anywhere else in the world? And he goes, one word, unpredictability. You just do not know where, when, and how those rollers are going to hit you. And he's seen them in every part of this course because he's been here for so many years. Rollers can hit you anywhere. And I guess that adds to the drama, doesn't it, of the Masters?
Well, like my good friend says, that sat here for a long time, Desbert Kennedy. Drama, 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 action, action, action. We've got it all at the Masters. Nate Smith, and right there, that 2-3 connection. We'll see that at 39 in just a couple of moments, handling that section of the course rather well, and then off to number 6. Now, I would say this about slalom. Nate, assuming he can get through this next pass at 38 and then challenge the 39 off loop, the section of the course is that 2-3 at 39, but like we saw in the women's, you have to stay aggressive all the way through the course if you're going to run it, because there always seems to be a very long pull from 5 to 6, and you just run out of lake right there.
And that's if you're safety turning 2-ball, especially if you're heading towards the start dock, that tough end, which is what we've just seen from Nate. That then is going to throw your timing off as you go further and further down the course, and that's where we are seeing those later 38 and 11.25s struggling at 5 and 6 ball. But I'm sure that Nate will have a plan. He's always sort of very methodical the way he goes about his skiing. He knows as much of what he looks relaxed on the outside. He'll be knowing and thinking exactly what he needs to do to get on top of the podium.
That's right. They're going to bring Nate Smith back at 38 off. Rope does not reach the buoys. You see those beautiful Masterline ropes in the commercial and how they're manufactured. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the violet loop on that commercial. Here we go. Nate pulling out wide, and let's take a look at this first section of the course for Nate. Very, very calm, smooth, connected to the rope. As you can see, makes this look very easy, but through the wakes, going upwards to 60 miles an hour before he slams it on edge to go back the other direction. I have to say, this skiing right now from Nate Smith, he is dialed, absolutely dialed, and I think he's exactly where he wants to be as he gets ready for 39.5.
Yeah, but conditions also don't get too much better than this. There's little to no wind. The sun is shining. The weather's it's a little bit, it's not as hot as what we've seen over the past 2 days, but listen, conditions do not get much better than this. You can see that on the webcast, see the glassy conditions outside of the slalom course. And Nate Smith just cruising through that pass. One thing I think I'll ever forget, Tyler, and I said it yesterday, is when Nate Smith finally did what no one ever thought was possible, was to run the 10.25 on the Yarra River at the Moomba Masters. And that record stood for a very long time. Not unlike your favourite record here at the Masters, of course, that Chris Parrish's 2005 record.
And assuming Nate can get through this pass, I will definitely highlight that record at 41. That being said, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if Nate Smith can get through 39.5 off here today. Of course, Freddie Winter had the top qualifying score at 2 at 41. No one else but Freddie ran 39 yesterday. Let's see if Nate can do it on Sunday here in the final. He is through the gate, traveling to the tough section of the course right now. Drills it at number 2, over to number 3. Needs a strong turn out of 4. Good turn out of number 4. Does he get a long pull from 5 to 6? And I'd have to say he is early and waiting.
Whew.
That is something we have not seen a skier very, very comfortable cruising into number 6.
I don't know about easy, Tyler. I think we go back to this replay. He didn't have a great one-ball start here at 39. You saw him sort of had to really have a double take and a lean across. 2-ball was, again, a bit of a safety turn at 2. But once he sort of got a bit of rhythm down this pass, he was a fraction. Actually, it looks a little bit cleaner on the replay than what it looked live, but had plenty of space there at 6-ball. 39.5 off there, Nate Smith. But, Tyler, it could be time.
It could be time. One of the longest standing men's slalom records that I know of. The course record. Chris the Tower Parrish, 2005, has the course record at 4 buoys at 41 off. Definitely Nate wants to put pressure on the competition, but is today the day that a 20-year record falls?
Let's see.
Let's see. Here goes Nate. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get behind him. This is 41 off. 4 buoys is the record. Let's see what he can do. Through the gate, around number 1. Slow there. Is probably going to go for a full 2. Can he get back to the wake? He can, Nate Smith.
It's so critical, isn't it, that 1-ball at 41 to be able to get the right hook out. So we'll go back to that replay and have a look. It just didn't quite. Got on the back of the ski. Had to really take a long, hard lean. You don't usually see Nate fighting against that boat to get across the 2-ball. But he set the standard, Tyler. 2 at 41 off. Ab didn't even really turn 1-ball, did he? But still got the ski out and around from what it looks like. Big call there from the judges to whether he actually scored the full 2. And it is, of course, there it is up on the board. 2 at 41 off, your leader. First competitor setting the standard, Nate Smith of the USA.